This is the commish review. We're gonna cover the past week or two. You're gonna have to listen to me. Even though the dancers are 0-3. Silly Sadie's such a disgrace. Especially since she gushed on Jim's face. One more week! One more week! One more week! And we'll get more on that in a little bit. But, gentlemen, welcome to the Commish Review. As always, I am the Commish here in the Commish Lab. Sorry about that. If I'm looking a little cartoonish, that's because I have just upgraded my iPhone to the new iOS 7. So if I'm looking a little weird, it's because of that. I've got copious amounts of notes for the past 2 weeks, but before we go into that, we need to do a little bit of business. Talk about some of that business. League Safe. I don't understand it, guys. Why can't we have 100% compliance when it comes to League Safe? Somebody, well, historically, somebody always drags their feet. This year, we only had one person. And I know, Deuce, I got your text or email about it. No worries, we'll figure that out. But York, what the fuck, man? Why are you waiting to the very last day? We had a long time to, get that $75 together. And there's two of you too, so that's $37.50. You could have broken up into two payments. I know because Brandon, the champ, broke it up into two payments, which I don't know, RBVs cost that much out in Brooklyn, son. Anywho, so I did notice that it said that you on Leak Safe you could pay late, and I looked into it. They actually have like a $10 non-refundable tax, if you will, and then the league can add any penalty on top of that, but it would cost $10 to do that. So what I thought was, and maybe this would be a great way, is maybe we could sort of instill a deadbeat tax. If you can't get your shit together and get it on time, I understand, money's money, man, but, we all have a commitment to the League of Leagues to get that cash chipped in. So just food for thought, gentlemen. Deadbeat tax. Okay. We had some huge trades this week. Unbelievable. Jim and Trent, Jim and Joe, unbelievable. I just wanted to bring up the fact that Jim has texted me because the way that you have to add and drop players. Jim's getting 3 players back or getting 4 players and sending 3 players to Trent and sending 4 to Joe and getting 2 back. Because of that, the roster calculator doesn't work. It just looks at what's on your roster right then. It doesn't take into account any of the other, trades or anything else that's happening. So he had to drop a player. When the trade gets processed, a player will drop. That player will not be, and that's Danny Woodhead. That player will not be available to the free agent auction. I'm just going to manually put him back on Jim's roster. I don't think anyone would have a problem with that, but I just wanted to address it right now on this video. Also, excellent work this week, gentlemen, on the SmackDown. The past 2 weeks, really. The Chris letter, beautiful. Very nice work, sir. Photos were excellent. Joe, very good post these weeks, too, man. 0-2, 0-3. Yeah. That's fucking sucks. Yeah, knock, who's there? 0-3. Me. That's right. And Knack, your videos were great. Now, obviously, we had a little bit of a consultation, a discussion, if you will, on the matters of the Facebook. A little bit gray area, I understand, because it was a Facebook bet. So, just as a reminder, everyone, be considerate when we're doing these Facebook challenges because, we don't want this shit getting out. Could cost some people their jobs. I think that's really pretty much it. I was thinking, because of that logo battle bet, I was thinking about it. I was like, there are so many leagues that are out there that are subpar than our fine fantasy football league. I mean, even the NFL, the NBA, they all have logos. So I thought, why don't we have a logo? Why is we've got talented Photoshop owners in this league. Why the League of Leagues? Why do we not have a logo? So what I'm proposing to you all, a logo challenge. Winner receives, I don't know, let's fucking do like 5 ping pong balls or something like that. Just something fun. Who gives a shit? But I think the league should have a logo. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one here, but my vote counts for 2 because I'm the commish. But I always thought we needed a logo, and I think it would be a fun thing to do, and certainly would be enjoyable. So if you want to put a logo up and galvanize the league, then please do so. Oh, and so just so everyone's clear, a logo, Tobin, just so you know, a logo is an image or a representation of a team or a league or something like that. Okay, and I know it's hard for you to understand, but a logo is like an image. Like I have a logo for the Fort Wayne Dancers. It's Bernard Pollard dancing. That's a GIF. He's not actually in your computer doing that. That's a logo. Okay, I just want to explain that to Tobin. I'm sure everyone else got it, but Tobin. And then I've also, if you look down there, I posted a poll question for you to answer. Over the past week, we had some pretty wild things happen, but I wanted to know what was the grossest thing to be seen over the past week. Rashard Johnson's severed finger, or Sweet Pea, the fucking fugly stripper on the Baltimore Ravens party bus. Yuck. By the way, Brian McKinney, why do teams sign this guy any longer? I mean, party boats in Minnesota and now party buses in Baltimore, none of them ending very cleanly or nicely. So, okay, that's what I thought. That's what I had to say on that. That's all the business we have. So let's go into the review. Seeing as how we're doing the past 2 weeks, we're going to kind of look at this cumulatively. I'm going to look at all the 2-0 teams first. So let's get right into it. Bing. Monster 2 weeks after starting off slow. Not really much I could say except fuck you, Matt Prater. God, I can't believe I lost that game. But yeah, solid 2 weeks for the Zombie Dads. Okay. Next, Joe, the Las Vegas Snake Champ. 2-0. 3-0 over the season. The last 2 weeks, 2-0. Involved in 2 monster trades in the last 2 weeks. You squoze by the commission week 2, and then you kind of squoze by where the fuck you faced. I can't remember who you faced, but you squoze by that. Oh, Dave. Dave had a poor showing last week, and then you finish off the last week with a big trade with the commish, getting DeAndre Hopkins, and then also getting a huge trade with your brother, where you gave up Torrey Smith and a Washington Redskin linebacker for Finley and Wallace, Luke Keckley, who we all know the Booth brothers have a major man boner for, and James Starks. And I was talking with Joe, not Joe, but Jim, and he said, well, I was just going to drop, Starks anyways, but so why don't you just drop Starks then? You give him to your brother in a trade? Collusion? Collusion gate! That's what I'm calling, gentlemen. Collusion gate. I don't trust you guys. Anyways, this week you face another shit team, the Burbank Buffalo. So 3-0 might be 4-0. Okay. All right. Next, we've got the NoHo adjacent. Or I'm sorry, the NoHo adjacent. God, the commission's all over the place. The K-Town adjacent. Zubas. Ducey. He put a beat down on Brandon and Trent. Had a squeak out week 3. Pulling off the RBCC. The running back by committee. The RBBC. Let's see here. But it was out of necessity, so, don't anyone get their hopes up in terms of, maybe making this a thing for the future here. I just don't think that you had time to get anybody other running backs out there with your injuries.